it.
That's it.
Welcome to Strange Theory.
Oh,
Dakota McNamara's in the house.
This is the thing. Yeah.
Dakota McNamara's in the house.
Oh, hi,
Chris
Chris.
in the house.
howdy.
Hi, how are you?
The Bob Kogut violin is in the house.
Oh,
The lovely Ginger's in the house.
hey.
Jack is sleeping and farting under the
That
credenza.
sounds about right, yeah.
Jill is
Wiping her bum somewhere.
wiping her
She's
bum.
right over here.
Oh,
Megan's
there she
foot.
is,
And there, oh, there's somebody. There's Jill.
Jill, yeah.
Yeah. So here, okay, Jill, take it easy. Your union rep's coming. We are glad to be here with you on a Wednesday night in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, buddy.
It's
Sultry.
70, it's what the fuck above zero today.
Sultry.
Yes, 39 with the humidex. For all our American friends, that's 119. Anyhow, so a special thanks to our Jill. Our
Special thanks to Jim.
yes,
Special thanks to Jim.
Boucher Guitars, of course. Levy's, GNG Music, Citadel Music. No, somebody has to take it off the list.
That's your
So,
job.
Brickhouse Guitars, absolutely. K&K, Gallagher, Recording King, Alvarez Yerry, St. Louis Music. Just came up with the JP Cormier model. Yamaha, it just came up with the FG9s. Just came up with the FS9s. They're coming. They're on their way.
FS stands for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
James Martin Instruments in Kilkenny, Ireland. Close Guitars. Cody Guitars. Orangewood Guitars. D'Addario. The Arc. There's the guy that invented it right there. That's the guy. Show him the Arc. Show him the Arc.
Oh, this
Hold it
thing.
right up there.
That right there.
It's killer.
This.
Apollo Picks from Gibson. Blue Chip Picks. Toad! Really disappointed in your performance. There you go. There you go. LR Bags. Maestro Hosen Guitars. Also building all the Avenires and stuff for Roger at Brickhouse Guitars. George Crackett, our buddy out in Albany. Emerald Guitars, the world's finest artisan carbon fiber instruments. Nova Scotia SPCA, Charmed Life Picks, Picker's Grip, right here. Which, you know what? This also works on your bow. If you put a little of this right in the joint, you hold your bow, that sucker will never slip, ever.
You know where else it
You
would
could
work?
be hit by a truck, and you'd be laying in the middle of the road, and the bow would still be stuck to your hand.
If you're a banjo picker,
Thumb
under
picks.
your picks.
Yes. Picker's Grip, it's more than flat picks, boys. It's for bows, it's for thumb picks, it's for finger picks. This shit works. Sorry, boys.
Picking your nose.
Flaming Guitars from Green, Iowa. And our newest sponsor and partner, the wonderful Stan Kaczynski at Guitar House, H-A-U-S, Guitar House, in Mississauga, Ontario. Dealer of
Many
every
good things.
goddamn thing you could imagine. From Loudons to Dovinas to you name it. He
To
has them.
these things here.
The Tone
Tone
Traveler.
Travelers.
Yes.
Keska fuck.
Absolutely. So there you go. And we're here amazingly in July. But luckily, I'm playing all the local big festivals in July in Nova Scotia. I will be leaving Nova Scotia shortly at the end of the month and be gone right across North America for the whole month of August. So keep your eyes open. Also, we want to mention, if you haven't subscribed to our buddy Roger at Brickhouse, do so. You can't win the prize unless you've subscribed to his YouTube channel. Also, we want to talk about Master Music Method, which is exploding right now. We're about to do, in about 2 weeks, we're going in and we're revamping the entire tablature system. We're looking through the entire existing catalog of videos and deciding what we're going to record next. We hope to have this thing just rolling like crazy by Christmas, more along the lines of how we envisioned it when we started it, and all the work that Ginger and I have done on it, and Stephen Baker. It's a huge undertaking, but it's working, and people are signing up. So if you want to learn how to play guitar, fiddle, mandolin, banjo, That's the way to do it. MasterMusicMethod.com. It's $22 a month. You can buy it for a year and get, I think, a month or two free if you buy it for a whole year. So be sure to go to MasterMusicMethod.com.
That's MasterMusicMethod.com.
And that's
So mastermusicmethod.com.
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 And if you go to MasterMusicMethod.com, you can learn how to do this. Just like that. You could do all of that right there.
After one lesson.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not.
Figure it out.
Just watch the goddamn videos. You can do it. Come on! Oh, sorry.
No pressure, though. Learn at your own pace.
I got a little carried away there.
So, just so you know, me and Dakota,
Dakota and I.
have been drinking for 4 hours.
As far as you know.
As far as you know. Also, we're going to Pictou Island Saturday to play at the church over there.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't know what Pictou Island is, it's
Over there.
It's way over there. You got to take like a fishing boat over there.
It's over there.
You gotta take like a private boat over. Mm-hmm. No cars, just walk on.
No, I wouldn't take a car.
With your moonshine and your fiddle. And we're going over there for a day.
At least.
At least. As far as you know. So, boys, I don't know how the hell you're going to top all of that.
What?
That's a good opener.
I mean,
We got all the advertising. We got his beard. We got your sardonic looks.
You two have only been drinking for the past 4 hours.
Yeah, that's right. Hence why
as far as you know.
Yeah.
As far as you know.
Yeah. Hence why I can even play the fiddle, because I have to be partially inebriated.
Oh, you do.
Well,
Take
that's
up.
it. I mean, we did have that
Yeah,
4-hour
sore
session
bits.
at one time.
Yeah, the sore bits aren't hurting right now.
Right.
Now, in the morning, I will hate all of you. But now I love all of you. So, first, well, this is a question show, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking questions. Okay,
Nice
first
fella.
question go
Nice
to...
fella.
Yeah.
Who's the first question?
There aren't that many.
Not that
I
many.
don't. Yeah, no.
Half the people are on June the 10th.
Yeah, somebody named this episode June 10th. He's not listening to me.
Now is there any questions?
Yes.
Come on, boys, speed it up. We don't have all night here. Ask the questions. Either that, or I'm going to have to play all night.
Actually, we do it all night here.
Okay.
Okay.
Where all the singers
Well,
come
good
from.
thing, because I can play with him for a couple of days. So.
The next
We're gonna
time you
have to
do
bring
play,
Fiddle.
there's a request for some Shetland tunes. Just so
What?
you know. There's a request for some Shetland tunes next time you do play.
All right.
So keep that in mind. First question is, I'm not even sure if it's a serious question, but can he see music?
What?
Dakota.
Kenny Chesney music.
Yeah.
Kenny Chesney. Did I just have a stroke or something? What happened? What's going on?
No one knows. Can I put a tone traveler on my fiddle? I don't know if this
I don't see why not.
I don't even know what these things are.
would it do anything to a fiddle?
Absolutely. You just turn off the notes you don't need. Just put G, D, A, and E on. And that should, yes, absolutely, you can put it on a fiddle. But you have to be really careful about how you put it on there. I don't know whether I'd entangle it in the strings like you do on a guitar. I would probably turn it on, just sit it on near the tailpiece in that area right here. I have a fiddle in my hand. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'd put it
It'd be
right
all
there.
right.
You'll be okay.
I'd sit it right there and turn it on, and
What is this thing?
and use
It's a tone drive.
use the iPad or the tablet rather to turn off
It simulates playing.
the
for like
notes
a
you
month.
don't need. So just leave on
Auto-tune.
G, D, A, and E, and let it just let it sit there, right there. That's where it needs to be. Don't put it here.
Would it do the
It
same
might
thing to
open
the
up. It
fiddle
might
as it
open up
did
the
the guitar?
wrong part of the violin. You want the bass side to be killer. So
As I thought he was kidding, but it is interesting that it would work.
oh yeah,
I didn't think fiddle wood
absolutely.
was treated the same way as guitar would.
No, any instrument, if you vibrate it with the notes that it's tuned to, it's gonna open up, big
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Big leg.
big league. Don't even get me started. Any more questions?
I got a question from Adam K.
Adam K.
He's got to be new.
No.
Oh.
No, I know
about
that name.
When it comes to rhythm banjo playing, do you prefer Scruggs style or new grass style?
I'm sorry, but there's only one banjo player. His name is Earl Scruggs. So
Scruggs it is.
there really isn't any such thing as new grass style. Everything is
blend.
derived from Earl Scruggs.
Yeah.
So in order to be able to play anything besides Scruggs, which I don't know what that would actually be, you got to learn Scruggs. So that's what you do. If you want to expound upon that by delving into things like that Bela Fleck does, and there's 100 guys that are unbelievable banjo players. But if you listen to them closely, they 80% of what they're doing was done by Earl Scruggs. So there's no point in trying to do anything else. Why would you bother?
They're just blending Earl Scruggs with
Everything they
whatever
know.
they want to
Yeah.
be playing. So
Yep, he invented everything, right? So
anything with picks, it's
Yep.
just, yeah.
So I would just I'd stick with Scruggs, and if you want to get beyond that and go do other things,
That's how you make it your own.
You can make it your own, but always start with Earl. Earl did every single thing that we know how to do in the banjo. He did it. So there you go. Correct.
Highlighted chat from Neil Hudson.
Neil Hudson.
Oh, Neil Hudson must be new.
He's been a member for just a measly
Here he
41
goes.
months.
He's not sitting in the front seat now. He's going to. Mr. Look at me! Look at me! I'm not back here now. I'm not in the front anymore. Ah!
No more yelling.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's loud.
Wow.
It's aggressive.
You want to be drinking for 4 hours.
Just be quiet, drunk, would you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chris. Because you don't want you to use your inside voice.
It's better. No more red lights on my sound equipment here. It's good. He says, other than right now, when was the last time you picked up that fiddle?
I don't remember.
Last time Dakota was here.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't play the violin anymore.
You brought it somewhere recently.
It hurts.
You brought it to a gig recently
I
somewhere.
didn't go to a gig. I went to a jam down the road and
Yes, well,
played 2 sets of tunes and squealed in pain and left
there you go.
my dick between my legs. Okay, go ahead, connect.
That's just, see, you just don't need that detail. It's just extra.
It was extra.
Unrequested. A highlighted chat from Mr. Tim Bennett.
Tim Bennett.
Hey, Tim.
What part of the world is he in? Is he still in India?
No. He says, glad to be back in Nova Scotia.
Oh, sweet.
Hey.
Hey, boy, Timmy.
Right
Hope
on.
to get out to a live show. Looking for Rico? For a decent 5-string banjo. Better than student beginner, but not pro. Oh, recommend. That's what he's looking at. That's what, yeah.
Looking for a recommend.
Yep.
Decent banjo.
Well,
decent
I'd go with
5-string
gold
banjo.
tone.
Yeah.
Gold tone?
It's the best 5-string banjos you can find. They're cheap.
I would play a few of them though, because
I got one for sale here if you want it.
there's that one.
There's that one.
Is that why you're recommending it? Because you just got one for sale?
No, gold tone makes great cheap instruments. Totally.
Not cheap. They're inexpensive.
Deering as well makes some lower price.
They're not very good.
I mean, they're
not.
honestly
compared
they're
to what
hidden.
Deering's capable of.
They're
I
as hit
have
as
one.
at the same price range. I find this hit and miss as the gold tones ones though.
Yeah, like the good time banjos and all. It's great
Yeah,
for beginners.
it depends what kind of style.
Great
you're
for
playing
beginners,
against.
but it's not a serious banjo. It's not. It's
Morgan,
not.
I have a Morgan Monroe. It's
Another
kind of the
great,
same
another
idea.
great
Yeah,
Chinese banjo. Yeah, they
it's a banjo. You can adjust it to whatever you want.
right.
Uh,
But getting to know how to do that is another thing.
yeah, that's a whole other.
So, yeah, it's hard. If if you're really serious about playing the banjo, you might as well just buy a good one. That would be my suggestion.
Yeah, it's
Buy
really easy
a
to get
higher
crappy
end,
one.
but you don't have to spend $2,000 or $3,000 and get a good banjo.
It's really easy to get a shitty one.
Yeah, get a Deering. Deering is the largest banjo manufacturer in the world now.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only one in the United States. Gibson doesn't build banjos anymore. So, and you don't want to buy used Gibsons because you don't know what you're buying. You're buying somebody else's potential heartache. So, you got to buy a new one. Make sure it's a good one. And yeah, Deering's the way to go. Deering has
Yeah.
everything from about $1,900 all the way to $10,000, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, I have one for sale. I have a gold tone for sale.
Is it a gold tone?
It is a gold tone, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have an OB300 for sale. Look that up. An OB300. They retail for about $4,200.
Old
I'm
boy
selling it.
300.
Yeah, oh boy. I'm not asking that much for it, but it's for sale. Just in case you want it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it go to somebody who
No
wants
interest, no payments for 90 days.
That's right.
No credit cards, just cash.
it. Connect.
Right friggin' now. Easy payment plan.
Yeah, right fucking now.
You got a super chat from Colin Dolan.
Oh, Colin Dolan.
Yes. Is it? Oh dear.
Move.
Poor
Jack.
Jacko.
Jack's choking on nothing. Great
My
to see you all
hat.
back. Can you play a bit of Early Morning Rain Potatoes?
Early morning. Not on the fiddle.
Early morning rain potatoes.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
Because it's Colin and he's from Ireland.
Right. Happy potatoes.
Well, maybe we could.
We can figure something out.
But we're going to lose our monetization.
Uh-oh.
But it'll just go to you.
What's that?
Want to just go for your version?
No, it's going to go to Lightfoot, and we're going to lose the monetization for the whole video.
Oh my god.
Oh, so no.
But this is how much I love my people.
Squirrely morning rain.
My peoples. I do this in F, D.
F?
Let me tune to you first. I have so many great guitars here, and they all have old bullshit strings on them.
I had to change these ones too.
I wonder how incorrectly you have to play something to not get dinged. Like, can you just play it horribly and it won't notice it?
Just
Here you go,
change it to squirrely
Colin.
morning rain.
Squirrely morning rain.
Sorry, Cody.
Yeah.
Strings are so old. All right. In the early morning rain, with the dollar in my hand, and an aching in my heart, and my pockets full of sand. I'm a long way from home, I miss my loved ones so. In the early morning rain, 707 set to go. But I'm stuck here in the grass where the pavement never grows. Oh, the liquor tasted good, and the women all were fast. Oh, there she goes, my friend. She's rolling down at last. Hear the mighty engines roar. See the silver bird on high. She's away and westward now. Far above the clouds she'll fly, where the morning rain don't fall. The sun always shines. She'll be flying on my home in about 3 hours' time. This old airport's got me down. There's no earthly good to me, 'cause I'm stuck here on the ground, cold and drunk as I can be. Can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train, so I'd best be on my way in the early morning rain. You can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train, so I'd best be on my way in the early morning rain.
Yeah, buddy. Here,
Gallagher,
grab your
Gallagher,
sodas
all the
and
way.
that.
Jim Hurst Gallagher. Jim Hurst Gallagher. Jim Hurst Gallagher.
Gallagher.
Boucher, 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 Boucher. Well done, Dakota. The D-Man.
Here, have a look at
The
that.
D-Man, the D-Man is in the house playing his buttocks off. What's it like to have no ass, Dakota?
Well, you can see, JP, it's rather uncomfortable when I sit down.
I would imagine. Do you actually know when you're pooping?
I don't.
Tell me, Dakota, did you play your ass off or your hair off first?
That's the true question.
String theory.
Drunk
Connects.
theory.
Drunk theory.
Drunk theory.
Yeah, but goddamn it, have a good time.
Yeah.
Hell
Well,
yeah. You guys got a problem with this? You got a problem? Come at me.
You two have been drinking for the last 40 minutes.
As far as you know.
Nobody cares.
My favorite hat.
Sober Island, a place I'll never go. Next,
We have a super chat from Mr. Stephen Baker.
Stephen Becker.
Steven!
I think he's hoping for something from me, but I can't think of anything on the spot. He just said, insert something clever and biting about Chris. I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, well, way to go, Steve. That's great.
Something
Very
clever,
thoughtful.
You
clever
know what
and
the difference
biting.
is between 3 dicks and a joke?
Don't. Just be mindful of the line. Mindful.
Your sister can't take a joke.
And there goes the line.
Is that clever and biting enough for you?
Everyone-
Connect.
That has
Wow.
nothing to do with Chris.
Yeah, nothing to do with me, though.
I thought there was a penguin involved.
There was a penguin involved. Where's the baseball?
That's also not a penguin, it's a puffin.
He's been calling it a penguin.
Read a question for Christ's sake before we get canceled.
Well, that's up to you. You
For
need
the
to
network
shut up.
cancels
Sam,
us for
you
God's
told
sake.
me-
YouTube
Say it connects.
is knocking at the door at the moment.
Oh, Jack's knocking at the door. Who wants to let Jack out?
Oh, Jack's wanting to go out.
Somebody want to let him out?
I'll get him.
I'll get him for Christ's
We
sake.
got a highlighted chat from Jim Waller.
Jim Waller.
Hey, Jimmy.
Been a member for 36 months.
Poor bastard.
Even Jack can't stand this show.
Jack's
No,
like, "Get me
he
out
has
of
to
here."
leave. He's like, fuck, that's wise.
It's done.
I can't take any more of this shit.
Any thoughts on what guitar you reach for to get a desired sound/tone? Rosewood, maple, mahogany, instrumental versus vocal work?
I don't think about it. I just don't. People, I'm going to go down, here comes the rabbit hole. Johnny's drinking.
Doesn't
People
make a
put
difference.
way too much emphasis on the tone woods of guitars and how they affect their music. Guess where the music comes from? When I hold this guitar, where do you think the music comes from? These things. That's where the music comes from.
You still have a favorite wood, though.
I thought it
I
came
don't-
out of the big hole in the middle.
I don't have a favorite wood. I have
You would
I
think.
have woods that I sometimes prefer at certain times of my life. I love listening to him play that guitar. It's rosewood.
Yeah.
It's beautiful rosewood. This guitar is mahogany. I love this. But if I picked up a rosewood guitar right now, it wouldn't make any difference to me. I would revel in the sound of that guitar, right?
You can
The
gain
the
inspiration from the instrument you pick up
Of
at
course,
the time.
of course. It doesn't matter what it's built out of either. It can be
No.
it could be laminate.
But it could be,
I've heard you
it can
describe
be-
the
it
different
doesn't matter
sounds
what
of
kind of
different
guitar
woods.
or what kind of instrument it is either. If you
No.
you pick up an instrument and you derive your artistic creativity from what you're hearing,
Yeah.
or you make every instrument bend to what you do.
Exactly. And it's true you can receive inspiration from a certain guitar, but it has very little to do with what they're built out of.
I can play the same banjo as you do, and we sound completely different.
Exactly.
That banjo will sound completely different when I
Exactly.
play it from what you do.
Exactly.
When
So-
you're thinking of a guitar for a certain purpose, though, would it be more size or body style than wood?
It has nothing to do with anything. It has to do with whether that particular guitar at that moment makes me happy.
Like if you're playing
Now,
with
if
a
you're looking
bluegrass
at
band.
comfort and stuff like
Like
that,
when I
that's
did
a whole other
when
story.
I did that song just now,
Yeah.
this guitar made me incredibly
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
It's got dead strings on it, and it still just killed. Like
Yep.
it was just trying to jump out of my arms. It was coming to
Yep.
life, right? It's because of who built it. The same way that Robin built
Yep.
that, Mathis built this guitar. And I'll pick up any guitar in this room, and I'd find a reason to love it.
Right.
It has not. You should never constrain yourself. Put boundaries around yourself by saying, "I can only do brilliant things on mahogany. I can do only brilliant things on rosewood. I can only do brilliant things on an OM or a dreadnought." That's all bullshit.
It's still a different thing to say they don't sound different.
That's yeah.
I'm not
that's
talking
not
about
to say that
I'm not
every
talking about
guitar is
any of.
equal.
I'm not talking about any of that.
But that's the question.
No, the question was something about why.
Tone
If you,
woods.
what guitar do you
Right?
pick
If you're
up?
looking
first?
for a desired sound,
Yeah.
So there is, if you look online, there's actually a chart that you can find about what each tone wood sits in frequency-wise. Rosewood has one of the largest frequencies of them all.
That's why
which
most
is why
guitars
I
are
go
built
with
out of it.
which is why I go with that for. I like a nice big deep end, low end because I do a lot of fingerstyle stuff because I'm playing by myself a lot. But it all depends. Like, you don't need that.
No.
If you find a guitar that you play that just kind of feels right to you, it doesn't matter what the tone wood is.
No, it doesn't. And if you have more than one guitar, all the better.
Yeah.
If you pick one up and you're not feeling
Yeah.
it, pick the other one up.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what they're made of.
That's what I did one
And
time.
you don't necessarily. What I'm trying to get across here is, you don't have to make conscious choices about these things in order to get great music out
Yeah.
of yourself.
Yeah.
You just have to have the right instrument in your hand at that moment.
Yeah.
It could be a different instrument tomorrow. And if you go, well, I want mahogany because I'm going to sing. or I want rosewood because I'm going to play an instrumental, or I want. You're just all you're doing is limiting yourself to possible. You're creating an environment where you may miss your own brilliance by trying to box in what you think a certain tone wood delivers.
Yeah.
They only deliver what comes out of your hands.
I remember years ago I was talking to Roger about Stonebridge, and we had worked out a deal, and I was traveling through Ontario, and I said I'm going to stop into the shop, and they had just gotten a shipment of 50 guitars in.
Yeah.
And I just had my pick of the litter, and it was just they had just gotten them in. They were literally taking them out of the box for me to try, and I tried every guitar they had there, and I kind of had my mindset on an OM model and stuff. I wound up leaving with a dread. Yeah. That I wasn't thinking about tone woods or anything, and I tried like 5 or 6 of that exact same model. It's about trying them and seeing what resonates with you.
And here's another thing I'm going to tell you too that'll blow your mind. So I might as well let this cat out of the bag, but Hosen is building a J.P. Cormier signature model for Roger Schmidt. So it is going to be an Avenir guitar designed by Roger, and it's going to be a dreadnought. But the plan is for me to pick my actual guitar that I get. Mm-hmm. We're going to pick the number 1 out of 6 of them. Huh. Right?
Yeah.
Because they're all identical, but they're not identical to me.
Yeah.
Right? And they're not identical to you or anybody that picks them up. Every single player will see those 6 guitars and they'll most likely pick a different one.
Yeah.
Because we all hear and feel and catch inspiration a different way. So that's why we're doing that. Because obviously they want me to be happy with it, and I'm going to be because it's a Hosen, right? Yeah. But I'm going to have the luxury of seeing 6 of them in a room and pick the one that is my own guitar. Yeah. And I know that every single one of them will be ever so slightly different. Yeah. But they're all rosewood. They're all Sitka top. They're all exactly identical. Yeah. But they're not at all. Right? That's the weird thing about tone woods and about making decisions based on science. The science of how wood work. We know how it works, right? But if you put too much of that in front and go, well, I'm going to get this specific tone out of mahogany, and then you buy a mahogany guitar like this one, and it sounds like a rosewood guitar. This
everybody
thing kicks
plays,
ass, right?
Everybody plays different.
Yeah.
Everybody plays in a different spot on the guitar. Just the placement of where your pick is striking can change the tone
it's
of
the
that.
Hands.
That's the thing. So that's honestly that's part of why the Arc I started doing them custom because everybody plays in a different spot. I get people that will want them to sit here.
Yep.
Or that will want them to sit all the way down here.
Holds their guitars the
not
same
everybody
way.
holds their guitar the same way, and they get a different tone. That's why I get a different tone of the banjo than you do. I play up higher.
Right.
But I still play with the finger picks, and I still play, like Scruggs style, but it's different. Yeah. You're going to get a different tone. Everybody's going to get a different tone. You have to play the instruments and figure out what works for you.
Yeah, and try everything.
Yeah.
Try everything. If you've got a bunch of guitars at your house and you're not feeling it that day, go through every one of them.
Yeah.
Don't put it in your head that I need to write a folk song. I'm going to grab this rosewood.
And it doesn't have to be a guitar.
No.
It doesn't have to be a guitar.
You play other instruments, bazookas and mandolins and banjos, whatever you got. Yeah. Ukuleles.
Think outside the box. Yeah. That's what got me playing multi-instrumental stuff.
Yeah.
I started playing.
I had to do it to make a living. But.
Well, I started playing, I had the instruments, and I just started playing them on anything that I heard.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. And I played them out of style. I played them however I thought worked. And then...
By the way, you're making some rather large leaps and bounds with the art company. You talk about that for a minute.
Well, we're about to do a big launch on the 15th. So we've been closed for a while. I didn't want to be closed as long as we have been, but we needed to make some adjustments. We needed to make things better.
Basically streamlining your tools.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we were thinking about as far as streamlining was we've got a lot of people that have basically the same guitar. Martins,
Yep.
Gibsons, Yamahas, different things like that. I got a lot of orders for bouchers and stuff like that. So I was thinking about it, and we were talking about it.
Yep.
And I know that there's other armrests out there that are, they say that they fit, they just don't.
Yeah. Because
So
you know they don't, because you can't close your case.
And not only that, they're very different. Anyone who has an arc
Yeah.
can tell the difference between an arc and any of the other armrests that are out on the market. They're just flat and they're all over the place. They don't sit right. We've decided that we're going to put out a model for Martin and Gibson to start that you can just buy. Pretty much, it's off the shelf, but it's off my shelf.
Yeah.
So we're going to go and put in a part on the website where you can order a pre-made for a few models of Martin and a few models of Gibson to start, and we'll add other brands as we're
requests
going.
Come in.
But those are going to be a little bit cheaper, and we're going to keep building that library of arcs that are more for the archetype. So more for those that came before. The most common models.
Yeah. D28s, OMs, triple O's.
Exactly.
In the Martin field.
The 45s,
the
for the
J45s,
Gibsons,
the
the jumbos.
Like that's
the
going
parlor
to
as well.
cover millions of players.
Exactly.
Right.
So we're making life easier for you.
Yep.
But we're still going to have a custom shop.
Yep.
So that's for the architects.
Right.
So you get to decide if you want to be an archetype or an architect.
You're building me one right now for
I
my
am.
brand new Yeri JP model.
So that's going to be another one that's going to be available. So for anyone
I'm
who's
touring with it
Yeah.
in August.
so we're
I'm
going to
going
have
on the
that
road
made
with
up.
the Yeri. Going to show the arc to everybody.
Yep.
Like I have one on the Mona Lisa.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That's how much I think of the product.
Yep.
It made a difference in a boucher. It makes a difference in your boucher. It makes a difference in any guitar you put it on.
I actually took this off.
Oh
the
yeah,
other
this
day
is cool.
for the first time in over 3 years.
Tell them how you get it off.
So before I was thinking about it, and I'm just like, okay, well it's double-sided tape. The easiest thing to do is to heat up the glue and to make it easier to
With a hairdryer.
With a hairdryer.
Yeah.
There's an easier way,
Yeah. This kills me.
and it's in most of your bathrooms.
Yes.
It's dental floss.
Yeah.
So you come in with the dental floss on the underside, and you come along it.
Yep.
I would say you're better off going to the top of the tape, between the tape and the arc itself. But it doesn't matter because it's waxed lace. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
The
It
wax,
doesn't
the
damage-
wax and the floss negates the glue, right?
It doesn't damage your finish
No.
because this has been on here for 3 years. I know I've had emails asking me if it does anything to the finish. I didn't have them on long enough for me to honestly know.
Yeah.
I do now.
Yeah.
Because there is absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, I'm going to be posting a video of reinstalling this arc onto this guitar.
That's crazy. So that makes things really
So, dental floss.
Yeah.
You can add
Pretty
a little bit of
slick.
heat if you want to, but if you're worried about the finish of your guitar at all, you don't need to.
Yeah, the wax and the floss won't hurt your finish
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah, and a little bit of naphtha will clean it off.
Boom.
It's just lighter fluid. That's
Yeah.
all it is. It's
Yeah,
Zippo
you
fluid.
use it all the time.
Yeah, cleans off the. That luthiers use it all the time for cleaning.
Yeah.
Cleaning
Cleaning
guitars.
adhesive.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. I think I still say the same thing that thing is not the same as any other one that I've ever seen. I have them on my guitars.
The
and it's
profile
like
is
way
very different.
Way different.
It makes a difference. It saves your finish on your guitar, where your arm is from the sweat. It keeps your arm off the face of the guitar. You
Huge
add
volume.
huge
It's
volume.
a 25% increase in volume.
We were talking about it for your carbon fiber guitar.
Yeah, it actually would work.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Because I was playing it outside and take my arm off
Yeah.
it, and it get way loud. Right?
And that's
Put
how you
your arm
test
back
it.
on it.
That's how you
kills
test it.
Yeah.
Like, just play your guitar,
Yep.
lift your arm off it, and try playing your guitar again. Listen
Yeah.
to the difference in the sound.
Exactly.
That's what the Arc is going to do.
That's a good update.
Any more questions?
Yes.
I see some.
Yeah, boy.
We got a super chat from Blair Svensson.
Blair's Vincent.
He says it's a demonetization recovery program.
There you go.
There you go. I get more than made up for the loss of the $3 of ad revenue.
Okay. Who's next?
Larry asked a question he asked me to ignore, but I'm going to ask it anyway. It's super chat from Larry. He says, when you go on tour, how do you decide which guitar to take?
I use a random number generator.
Yeah, I asked it because I think it's funny.
Yeah. I use a random number generator to decide what guitar I'm taking. And if the number produces a guitar that I've toured with too much in my recent memory, I go to the next one.
And if it
that
doesn't have a
every
pickup, you
every
knock on
guitar
Chris's
gets
door.
out on the road all year. Every year, I've got all the instruments get out on the road at least once, and that's how it's done. Yeah. Next.
Super chat from Jim Waller.
Jimmy Waller.
He says, glad I asked a question that was answered with a conclusion I've already reached. Cheers and thanks.
Yeah. Love you, Jimbo. Anybody else?
There was one for Dakota. Where'd it go? There it is. From Adam K. Is there a key that's hard to play in the tuning you use?
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, most flats aside from B flat. B flat is tricky, but I've learned to be able to get into it. E and F, as far as the most common keys, so if we're talking G, C, D, A, E, F, and then B flat, E and F are probably the most difficult for me to play outright.
But capos negate that problem.
Yeah, so when I'm playing, you might notice I usually keep my capo on the nut, and that's so that I can move quickly down. And I do that for Celtic music primarily, but I've learned how to move it quickly. I'm using a Thalia capo, by the way. They are heavy, but I've learned to work with it, and I really like them. I do have some ideas for a new capo that I'll eventually be working on, but
Don't say a word on here, for Christ's sake.
But for right now, the Thalia is what I use, and it works great for my for Celtic music, where I'm moving, especially with Irish players and stuff like that, where I'm moving keys a lot.
It's a metal version of Tom Eady's Dunlop.
Yeah,
The old elastic Dunlop.
and that's exactly it. Yeah, I've used that in the past, but I had to replace the elastic all the time.
And you
It's
need
just-
double elastic.
and
You need
that's
the
it.
double
Yeah,
the double wrap one.
it's
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Good next.
Oh, that's it for super chats.
Well, Chris, what have we got in Turd Speak? I mean, Nerd Spur.
I think-
Nerd.
Given the time,
Nerd-
we should save a nerd turd for another week
Okay, let's
and
do-
do
all
some
right.
tunes.
Right on.
Do you have any Shetland tunes as requested?
I'm trying to think of what I could play for Shetland tunes. I know a million tunes.
There's Shetland right there.
Yeah, Shetland sheep.
Mm-hmm.
The puffin's also from Shetland. We got that last time we were there. There she is. Very nice.
The problem with me trying to play Shetland tunes is I probably know 100 of them, but I'm not aware that they're Shetland tunes because we play them in Cape Breton. And now I know I can pick tunes out of my memory that I know that Ali Bain plays or Willie Hunter or these guys, right? but I don't want to. I hate trying to think of Shetland tunes and then end up not playing Shetland tunes, right?
Give us your best impression of a Shetland tune, then. Make a face like it.
Make your face look shit.
That's Irish. You'll have to just excuse me. If I hit one that's from there, good. If I don't be mad at me.
We're just making this up as we go along.
Holy crap! I haven't played those tunes in 4,000 years. Ugh.
Do you like how Shetland stayed on your head the whole time?
I'm
You know
impressed.
what? That was actually impressive.
I used
I'm
Picker's
impressed.
grip on the bottom.
Oh, that's it. Picker's grip. Ladies and gentlemen.
Sheeper's grip. Oh, any questions after that, or just get the hell off the air?
No, they love it. There's a couple questions. One from Corey McCormick.
Corey McCormick.
What acoustic guitar have you owned the longest?
Well, now it would be the Ivory Girl. The Ivory Girl.
The Boucher.
Yeah, I've owned her for going on 11 years. And I just lent her to Gunning, and he brought her back yesterday. And she's my prized possession. Well, all of my Bouchers are. And, yeah, I've had her for 11 years. I'll never turn that guitar loose. Masterpiece.
Yeah.
Everything Robin builds is a masterpiece. Yep.
And we have a super chat from Tim Bennett.
Tim Bennett.
To me.
You often use the word canon to describe great guitars. In your opinion, is volume more desirable than tone?
Canon describes both.
Well, that's the thing. The tone of a guitar is part of the volume. It's the frequencies that poke out of a guitar that carries the sound further away.
It's projection.
Yeah.
It's the guitar's projection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is exactly...
Not volume.
It's projection. And as a combination
Yeah.
of the volume and the tone.
Yeah. How it cuts.
How it cuts.
Yeah.
There's the man
That's
right
the
there.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
He knows what the hell... Take the lid off that for me.
Yeah.
Thank you. There you go.
Yeah, you can hear the difference in a Canon that misfires.
That's right.
Thank you. Yes.
Right.
It's
you can hear a
true.
flaw.
It's true. You can
hear
have a
flaw.
guitar that's really loud and powerful, and it's
But if
missing
it's,
something.
Yeah.
It cacks out in the middle, or the treble side, or whatever. And
I'll wait. It's fine.
Yes,
I'll wait.
it's fine.
I
It's all
opened the
good.
goddamn thing. So, any more questions?
There's a super chat from Jamie Reed.
Hey,
Jamie Reed.
Happy Wednesday, brother.
Next time you're in Scotland, there's beer and whiskey waiting for you.
That a boy. I'm coming over.
Aren't we flying there soon?
I hope to God I can't wait to get back
Let's
to
start
see
some
you guys.
rumors.
So I'm going to ask a question. Is there any more questions?
No more super chats.
So the question this week is... I wish we had a ministry tape.
Listen, I'm not letting you do that again.
Okay. How long is Dakota's beard?
You know how he likes his peanut butter.
Yeah.
Now.
So, yeah. Okay, here's a question. Not many people will know this. Let me just make sure I'm telling the truth first, though.
It's helpful.
Just a minute now. Just give me a second.
What's the difference between an orange?
I'm telling the truth. How long has it been since I played the violin on stage for money?
How is anyone going to know that?
Troy McNamara.
Yeah, boss.
One answer only.
There's a lot of wags here. I'm just going to read answers. You tell me when to stop.
You make me play really good. You know that?
Well, we did that thing back in Kemp Shore.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
That was insanity.
That was insanity. We made Robin Boucher cry like a
did.
baby.
We did.
His tears were just rolling down his face.
Yeah.
You and I were just sitting there in lawn chairs, drunk as lords. In the middle of the day, sun was 140 degrees in there.
Nobody understood what was even happening.
No. I
Not
don't
even
think
us.
We did.
Not even us.
We didn't even know what was going on. Okay. How many years?
I'm just going to read answers and you tell me when I'm right.
Okay.
12 years.
Nope.
5 years.
Nope.
9 years.
Nope.
8 years.
Nope.
8 months.
Nope.
4 years.
Nope.
11 years.
No.
Standfast 2 years ago.
No.
6 years.
Nope.
10 years.
What was that?
10 years.
Yes.
Really?
Who's got that one?
You played... Are you sure that's
I
fair?
have not played a fiddle gig for money.
You didn't play at Kemp Shore? You didn't play at Standfest?
A fiddle gig. A full concert.
That's not what you said. You said played the fiddle for
Played
money.
the fiddle for money. I don't play. That's not for money. I'm talking about going to a place and getting paid to play the fiddle. Been over. It's actually probably been over 10, but 10 for sure that I can remember.
Okay, so that's Robert Gould. First one with 10 years.
Gould?
Yes.
Oh, he's in. He's
Yep.
not in there yet. You're number 31, Robert.
There's some other good answers, like a week of Sundays. Or sorry, a month of Sundays.
A month of Sundays.
4,000 years.
4,000 years. Just a second. Hold on a minute. If we're going out big.
That's not the toilet.
Big time.
But it's
Not
so
in the sink.
convenient.
Not in the sink.
Aw,
Having flashbacks
took out the
to
dishes.
old relationships.
What the fuck is that?
A good
That's
try.
not beer.
You had 100% control over what you pulled
Yeah.
out of that fridge.
Yeah, you did.
I can't see in the fridge because I'm too fat.
We're
to
very
bend
sorry
over.
for what's happening right now.
These are
We're not really sure what it
well,
is.
off the
happening
rails,
here.
boys.
There's a whole thing
What?
going on
Fuck
right
is in my
now,
fridge?
and nobody knows what it is.
Oh,
We've lost him in the fridge.
oh, disaster.
Jesus. What a guy has to do to get a beer. Oh,
You've only been drinking for the past 4 hours.
Ah, my eye.
not wearing safety glass, I see. All right. We love yous. Don't forget to go visit Master Music Method. Don't forget to subscribe to Roger Schmidt's Brickhouse Guitar channel on YouTube. Look for this man in the arc. Look for Chris in the front
Under
of
a
your
rock?
Somewhere.
in the front of your next plane.
Prison. On your next
you're
milk
lucky.
carton.
Look for Ginger,
On the front of your next plane,
if you're lucky.
if you're lucky.
Maybe in the front, maybe not on the front.
That's
I try not
That's
to get
fair.
run over by planes.
When's the next string theory?
Next Wednesday night, boys.
What's the date of that? Am I here?
I
next
don't know.
Wednesday.
We're home every Wednesday this month.
7
Nope,
days
we're not.
from today.
Well, I am.
I'm not here next week.
You and I are both gone next week.
Yeah.
A. Let's do in the key of A.
Oh, you're going to tell me you
No,
keep
the
this?
Canadian
Oh,
key.
look at you go.
Let's have some Scotty.
Scratch it.
All fits.
See you next week. Dakota McNamara, Chris Coot.